What is going on, good people? How we doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day to everybody. Hopefully everybody had a good start to their week. Shout out to the 20 people that are already in the building. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. It'll let the algorithm know that we in the building. And the algorithm will let other people know that we in the building as well. So got a special show tonight. Welcome to the Giants War Room. Obviously, we got the Green Bay Packers this week. Should be a good, well, I'm saying it should be a good game, but it should be a good challenge. Obviously, there have been some changes with the New York Giants. We're going to get into that a little bit today, too. And then also talk about these Green Bay Packers. And I do have a special guest with me tonight. It's my man Chris from CHDB-TV. I'm going to go ahead and add my man Chris right now to the stage. What's going on, Chris? How you doing, man? First thing I like to do is obviously thank you for joining. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I appreciate what you're doing. Now for those people that don't know, last week I had my man Justino on here from the same Bear Cheese Network. He is on the Bear side, and my man Chris is his co-host, co-partner, partner in crime, however you want to call it. But let the people know who you are and where they can find you.
My name is Chris. I'm from Cheesehead to the Deathbed TV on YouTube, but you can shorten it out for CHDB-TV. I do Packers content. I'm an up-and-coming podcaster, and I've been doing pretty well. So y'all make sure to go follow me on Twitter at GB4L or GB4LCAL.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I was telling them backstage that guys do good work, man. I like the way you guys set things up. It's very, very professional. Very professional. So now I appreciate that, man. So I'm gonna start it off, man. I'm gonna start it off right now. When it comes to your Green Bay Packers going into the 2025 season and thinking about where you are right now, are you where you thought you were going to be? Are you better? Are you worse? Are you right there? What's your thoughts on when you got here now? What the Packers look like?
I would say I'm where I'm where I expected us to be. But at the same time, I didn't expect to be here in that way, if that makes sense. Okay. I expected our defense, well, before Michael Parsons, I expected our defense to not hold up as much as they did. But instead, it's the opposite. It's the offense not holding up how they're supposed to, and Matt LaFleur not holding up how I thought he can do. So, yeah, I expected to be in with the record-wise, but not in the literal position that we're in.
Okay, yeah, because I was thinking, like, obviously, when you think about the teams that are contenders before the season start, the Packers been there for a couple of years now, for sure. And then it caught me by surprise again because, you know, I watch all the games, not all the games, but I try to keep, you know, a close ear to what's going on with other teams outside of the New York Giants. And when I had some questions about the Packers, man, especially this year when obviously, the Green Bay versus Dallas game was one thing. I'm going to talk about the NFC East first. You guys ended with a tie there. You took care of business with the Commanders, and then you guys lost to the Eagles. So I'm a little bit upset with you guys. You held those guys to 12 points.
Yeah.
To 12 points.
You did.
And to your point that you just made, your offense is not where you thought it would be. I got some questions about Jordan Love. I'm going to save that for a little bit later. Okay. But what happened this Monday, man? Like, I could have swore y'all was going to take care of business, but y'all held them to 12.
It's play calling, bro. Like, people can put it on Jordan Love all they want. You can, but like you said, though, you're a Giants fan speaking from, like, a distant. You know what I'm saying? So people in the Packer world will have a better understanding. Like, we probably look at Jackson Dart a certain way, but the Giants fans look at him this way. Okay. If you really look into depth of the Packers team, Jordan Love is only dealing the cards that's handed. Jordan Love has the worst line that we've had as a Packer organization in the last 10 years, probably.
Wow. Okay.
He has little stuff that, like, you know, the outside people don't know. Also, Jordan Love is playing without his top 4 pass catchers. Tucker Kraft is now out. Dobbs ended up getting out of the game. We just got Wicks back. Reed is still out. Golden didn't play. Now,
I forgot about Reed.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand that Golden probably doesn't get any touches, but people do know presence makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was about to get after you for a second, teach you about all those injuries because your wide receiver room wasn't healthy. I'll say that because y'all just got Watson back, and I was a Watson fan. Him coming out of college, I was a big Romeo Dobbs fan. And when you guys I think y'all got him in the 5th.
Yep.
But he coming out of Nevada. I was like, man, if we can somehow get him on the squad, then I don't know. You and like the Steelers, man. They always find a way to find a wide receiver because your wide receiver room is deep. I know we was talking in the DMs about possible trading for Wicks. I need one of your wide receivers. Obviously, that didn't happen. Trade deadline came and gone. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, Matthew Golden. Not saying that I forgot about him, but you definitely could have used him last. He wasn't available for you guys Monday. That's crazy.
No, he wasn't.
And then, lucky for us, Giants fans, Tucker Kraft is out because we already got issues when it comes to tight ends.
Yeah.
We can't cover tight ends to save our lives. And I saw you guys, had him on. Just add him to the IR, right? He's on the IR.
Yeah, he on IR. Elton Jenkins on IR now. I saw a center.
So you got
on IR.
You still got Musgrave, and then who's the tight end behind him?
You tell me. His name Ben Sims, man.
But still, I think you guys, and obviously you guys are still contenders. I think what you guys, second or third in the division?
We third.
Right now. Okay, you guys are still mathematically in the hunt still too.
No, we are seventh in the conference for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so you guys are right there as far as in that wild card round. Mm-hmm. But as far as your division goes, some people say it's the toughest division in football right now, which I think you guys kind of took. I used to think it was the AFC North. And then you had some down seasons from the Bengals and from the the Browns always down, but
right.
So and then I thought like the AFC West, but it's looking like the Broncos and the Chiefs doing their thing. But I think your division,
it's always kind of been like lately NFC West and the NFC North.
Okay.
Because the NFC West, you got the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. Well, the Cardinals, the Seahawks now, the 49ers, who the last team? The Rams.
You got Rams, yep.
That's a tough division too. But our division definitely is the best division in football right now.
Well, you definitely gonna have two coming out that division, at least two at the end when it's all said and done for the playoffs. I remember in 2022, the NFC East had three, but now it's looking like the Eagles and the Cowboys are struggling. Commanders are back in the basement with us. That gives me great joy, because they was talking super trashed all summer long about how good they were. They came down out of cloud nine and crash landed. So I was happy about that. Misery loves company sometimes.
Yeah.
It does. So with the Green Bay Packers again, 5-3-1 this season. Like I said, you kind of hinted on it. About so what are you most disappointed about as far as the Green Bay Packers? I know you hinted on the offense, but you guys got other things going on. So what is it? I'll let you answer.
What's funny? I'm not going to be typical and say Matt LaFleur. I'm not going to be typical and say that because I've been giving him hell the last 2 weeks. I'm going to honestly say something that people don't really speak on. We don't have, with Reed being out and Golden, being here and there and not designing plays for him, we don't have any yards after catch receivers. I don't know if anybody noticed that. A lot of our deep passes end in a fall or a couple yards, then you just get tackled. Dobbs is a possession catcher. Christian Watson is a go get the ball, come down, get touched, and you can't get back up. You got Reed was taking the top off. He was the yard after catch person. And then we use Savion Williams in a gadget way. We don't even use him like a
6'3" gadget.
You know what I'm saying? It's something like that, or that's the offensive side. The defensive side, what I do not like about this Packers team is the lack of pressures we get as of lately. The last month, our secondary is holding up. With Nate Hobbs getting out, we put Carrington Valentine in. But last game, let me tell you a stat. Last game, going into the fourth quarter, Michael Parsons had 5 pressures. The rest of the team had 1.
Oh, that's a great segue because I'm going to talk about Michael Parsons now, man. The big acquisition, the big payday. You're not seeing exactly what you paid for, in my opinion. You're not getting exactly what you paid for yet. But I want to, again, outside looking in. I'm going to ask the Packer fan.
Yeah, there you go.
The Micah Parsons trade. How are you feeling right now about it?
I feel amazing about it.
Okay.
I feel amazing about it in the sense of people expect Myles Garrett out of him. They're not the same builds, not the same guy at all. Myles Garrett is something like an Aaron Donald. You don't compare Michael Parsons to Aaron Donald, do you? Well, I know they DT and edge, but in a sense of big-wise and size-wise, Paul. I would say that I would say that Michael Parsons is playing up to his contract. He's top 5 in like a lot of the statistics except sacks. So you got top 5 in hurries, top 5 in pressures, top 5 in QB hits. It's the little stuff. He's getting double, chipped, triple teamed.
Yeah.
What more can you expect from him for real? But at first, Gary was feeding off of that. Now Gary's not. So now it's kind of looking like Parsons isn't doing anything, but in reality, the others. But we don't have Lucas Van Ness either.
He's out too now.
He ain't played in 4 games, bro.
Listen, like I said, I'm a
you
Giant.
See, it's little stuff. People think the Packers fell off, but no. Man.
I don't know who's out. I don't know who's in, stuff like that. I'm not a fantasy football guy either. Even though you're talking about the defense, I'm not a fantasy football guy, so I don't know who's in, who's out, and like that. I watch games, see who kind of jumps off the screen to me. One guy that jumps off the screen to me every time I watch you guys, the cornerback Kasan Nixon.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. Like every time I see him, I don't know where he came from. I don't know how long he been on the squad.
Yeah.
All I know is he's out there making plays.
Yeah.
So you got a couple of guys that are flying. Well, I don't know if he flies on the radar, but for me, guys that obviously you got McKinney, you got Micah, you got Rashawn Gary. Shout out to Jersey, Rashawn Gary. But yeah, I'm looking at the way this defense is, and I'm going to talk about your defensive coordinator too, because we might have some business after the season. But I like what your defense is doing. I was looking at some of the rankings coming in here, and just like you guys are top 5, top 7 when it comes to defense in a lot of those categories.
Yeah.
And when it comes to me, I'm gonna bring it back to Jordan Love, because I sent out a tweet. It might not have been a tweet, but it was either a message or a tweet. Yeah. It felt like to me, and again, I know you said Matt LaFleur is calling plays and the concepts. I feel like sometimes Jordan Love is holding y'all back, man. I feel like he holding y'all, but he hold on to that ball a little long. He got a little case of the drops, even though, it's a quarterback. There's not so much you can do if you don't see somebody coming. But how do you feel about Jordan Love? You paid him all that money. Yeah. He sat behind Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think he's still a good quarterback, though. Don't get me wrong. I think he's one of the top quarterbacks in the conference.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, man, if he just got it out a little bit quicker, or to your point, when he does have time, who's getting open for him? But how do you feel about Jordan Love? Is he that top quarterback I guess what you're paying him for, I should say?
Up until this point, or this season thus far?
I'm talking about this season. This season right now, because like I said, I felt like he's a good quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. But this season,
I would say that, Love is, like I said, he's handling what he can handle. I don't think his balls dropped enough for him to be like, tell Matt, hey man, I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of not to derail off the subject, but at the end of Rodgers' career with Matt LaFleur, there was a lot of audibles being called, a lot of FUs, and I'm finna do this. This is what I see. Love hasn't gained that. Love hasn't gained that type of respect in the locker. It's all good. Love hasn't gained that type of respect in the locker room yet. Well, amongst the coaches, you get what I'm saying? What does he do wrong? Like he has 3 picks. You know what it is? The bad stuff he does stands out a lot, because when he does something bad, he does something bad.
Like situations.
Like the fumble. That was like asinine. Like, bro, what the fuck? What are you doing? And then you got like the picks he's thrown. He only thrown 3, but the way people talk about him, you'll think it was like 8 or 9 at this point.
Yeah.
It's like this, bro. I said like this. We all seen Love with all his weapons. He doesn't even have half of his weapons at this point, and he's trying to do what he has. Not only that, you still have to deal with Matt LaFleur, and do what he says. Look at our line, bro. They don't pass protect or run block. Josh Jacobs is having a terrible year. I don't know if people noticed that.
Now you guys are paying a lot of players, man. You guys are paying a lot of players. But just to put a cap on the Jordan Love, I'm gonna ask you the question a different way. Do you trust Jordan Love to get the job done?
Yeah, I trust Jordan Love to get. He has what do you got? He got like 4. Let me tell you this. He has like 4 to 6 game-winning drives, and we didn't miss the kick. So yes, I trust Jordan Love.
Nah, that's good.
Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the state that the Giants are in at the moment?
Oh, I see Luann is in the comment section. She's mad that Dable got fired. I'm celebrating.
Okay.
I think it needed to happen. I think it's past due. I tried to give it one more chance. Like if you would have saw me last year in January, I wanted everybody going, right?
Right. Yeah.
The owner came out. He said, "You know what? We're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep people." He said, "But if I'm sick and tired of officers running up and down the field on our defense, right?" And then you see this year, same defensive coordinator decided to keep him. Brian Dable defended that man for the last 4 weeks, and he ends up getting fired before the DC. I don't know what happened with that, but we still got him here.
Do you think the DC is next?
I think it should be. Like I would if I was Kafka, I would have fired him already. But I think they kind of handcuffed him a little bit because they made the big change, and that was getting rid of the head coach. You already got him as the interim head coach. He just appointed his new OC, which is Tim Kelly, but he's still going to be calling the plays. So I think right now they're probably going to leave it alone. But if we lay another egg, then it's just so long that they can carry that guy. It's just so long.
And I agree with you, bro, because like going into this season, like speaking on y'all's sake, because I watch every team and I watch everything. Yeah. Bro, you couldn't have told me y'all defense, the Fantastic Four. I would just talk about them alone. You couldn't tell me that they would be playing like this, bro.
The issue is this: we couldn't stop the run. We haven't been able to stop the run for a while. So we don't get too many teams where they're actually playing from behind and obvious passing downs. Now that's an excuse. That's absolutely an excuse when there shouldn't be an excuse. These guys ain't playing up to snuff, man. Dexter Lawrence not playing up to snuff. But when Brian Burns is playing out of his mind right now, and because we're losing so much, Kayvon Thibodeau's not actually getting the credit that he should be getting because he actually stepped his game up in tackles for losses and also against the run. But if a team can get 4 or 5 yards to carry, what is third down? Third down don't even exist. And then when we get people in third and longs, our secondary is horrible. And if we can't get home, it is what it is. Now, like I said, Brian Burns, sack leader. I'm happy about that. If we can get it together, if we can get it together, I'm not saying, obviously, I'm not thinking about a playoff run now. I'm just thinking about the holes that we need to fill going into 2026 because to me, 2025 is already done. But definitely disappointed. Linebackers having issues tackling. We lost our second linebacker first game of the season, on the first defensive drive. And it's just like, you know what? Bad luck.
Carter doesn't even have a sack yet, bro. They took his sack away last week.
Let me tell you something about Carter, man. Obviously, all the hype that came with Carter, right? Coming out of college, Penn State, they had the whole issue where he asked to wear Lawrence Taylor's jersey number, and I was wilding. I was wild. I'm like, I don't care who he is, where he came from. We talking about LT. That's one of the greatest, if not the greatest, defensive play out there ever. Reggie White was damn good too. But I'm just saying, Lawrence Taylor's Lawrence Taylor. And people were giving me a hard time. Oh, he can have that number. I'm like, what? No. And then now, those same people, crickets. It is absolutely crickets. But he's also having to split time. So you got your third overall pick splitting time. He's not even getting a majority of the snaps. Kayvon Thibodeau
is. See, I didn't know that. See,
and now also with the issues we having with middle linebacker and the injuries, they got him playing over the center. Doing blitzes. They got him on the edge. If I think they really just kept him on the edge and just let him do what he can do, then his numbers might be a little bit better. But I call him the king of the almost because he's leading in pressures. Mm-hmm. He got a couple QB hits, but he's always just a little bit late to the party, and you see it in the stats. I want to get to this comment real quick from that dark friend. What's going on? He says, Tom Grossi said it's a get right game for the Packers that got to give us an upset boost. Get right game for the Packers. I'm curious why you call it a get right game for the Pack, or why Tom Grossi called it a get right game. I mean, I know y'all lost.
It's a good team. It's a good, huh? You said what?
I said y'all just lost to the Eagles, but outside of that, y'all been winning. It's not like y'all been in a drought.
We lost to the Panthers last week too. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, y'all coming off of back-to-back losses?
Yeah, listen. Let me tell you a fun stat, bro. We haven't. It was back-to-back at home. We haven't lost back-to-back home games since
when y'all played the Panthers.
You said what?
When y'all played the Panthers, was Love playing or Love wasn't playing?
Love was playing. He walked us down for the game-winning drive and missed the field goal. And then they got the ball back and made the field goal.
Good Lord.
But since we haven't lost back-to-back home games since 2010, and the last team that it happened against was the Eagles. And so the Eagles did it again. So that's great. That's great.
So I take it back. Then it might be a get-right game for the Packers.
It's a get-right game.
We've been the get-right team for the Chiefs. We've the get-right game for the for the Saints. And they went right back. They went right back to where they was at. Denver, like they had Denver was flying high, and we had an absolute historical collapse in that game. And I had no beef with Denver fans. Like before this year, I had no problems with Denver fans. Going into that week, I did not know that Denver fans talked as much trash as they talked. Yeah. And then
they shouldn't though.
Yo, the way we put belt to ass for 3 quarters, and the way they act, that like, don't get me wrong, it was a crazy comeback, historical. It will probably never happen ever again, right?
Yeah.
But the way they were acting after that game, like they were talking about Nick Benito. He was a non-factor, milk carton. The other guy, Cooper, that was talking about Jackson Dart, I think he had one pressure. He might have got to the quarterback once. Yeah. Everything else we whooped them for. I like to say 3 7/8 of the game. 3 7/8 of the game. That last 6 minutes, I don't know what happened to my team, but that should have got the DC fired for sure. Yeah. That collapse, and then also we had Dallas on the ropes. We went in with like 30 seconds left, and we lose that game. So it was a couple. It was the Denver game, Dallas game, one other game. We in the fourth we had like a 99, a 98, a 96% chance of winning, and lost all those games.
That's
so the coach had nasty work. Absolutely nasty work. So so you started talking about Coach LaFleur. Yep. And I want to talk about the defensive coordinator Hafley, right? Obviously the Giants have an opening for the head coach job. We're going to see what happens with Mike Kafka. He got an 8-game. He got not 8-game, but 8-week audition or interview. That's a lot of time. It is a lot of time. I like what he said today. He had his first presser, since being named the interim coach. I like what he was saying. Again, we'll see what happens on Sunday. Obviously, we're missing Jackson Dart. We're starting Jameis Winston, unless Jackson Dart can miraculously get out of concussion protocol. But I would rather him sit for a little bit too, because your defense is no joke. And the way our offensive line has been playing lately, now we've been pretty solid this year, but they've been able to get to him a little bit lately. But Hafley, man, I like what Hafley is doing. But also you guys have a lot of talent on that defense. Yeah. Is it the players? Is it Hafley? Is it a mixture of both? Who you giving a lot of that credit to?
I'm giving it to Hafley 1,000%, because
2 years. He's been there 2 years, right? 2 years.
Yeah, he's been there 2 years. We had Joe Barry. I think he's on the Dolphins now. Joe Barry is terrible. So I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. We low key have most of the same players, if you want to say that, in the sense. Like on the veteran side of the ball, we got most of the same players. We draft good though. We draft good. We develop players well. I want to say that we one of the top teams at developing players. But it's Hafley 1,000%, because it's a full turnaround, bro. Like, you seen us have a great defense we was top 5 in defense last year with basically all rookies. Javon Bullard was a rookie. Adrian Cooper, Evan Williams. McKinney was damn near the only veteran, and he came from y'all. McKinney was the only veteran. McKinney was the only veteran in that locker room in the secondary. And Keyshawn Nixon. You said you don't know who Nixon is. Nixon was on the Raiders for like 4 years. Okay. And then he came to us. I want to say he's Snoop Dogg nephew, but I know he played for Snoop Dogg.
Oh, he played for Snoop. That's that kid. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, bro. Hafley changed this whole program around. Like, we knew that this was gonna be his year. He got attention. See, like you saying, he won him and stuff. Like last year was like, oh, he came from Boston College. It's his first time in the pros, but he was behind. He was on that 49ers defense when he was with the 49ers, had that little run with Garoppolo and
he's been around.
You know what I'm saying? The good 49ers.
They definitely been around. And that's why he's on the radar too, because a lot of people in our fan base, Giants have a connection with Boston College, right? And also he's from New Jersey too, Hafley. He's from Montville. So he's a Jersey product, went to Boston College. The thing with the Boston College is Tom Coughlin. We got him from Boston College. Well, he was with the Giants and he went to the college route. I then went to Jacksonville, and then we got him. But he was a he was a Boston College guy. So and then the Maras, man, it's funny. Like all of the Maras went to like Boston College too. Like the owners,
y'all got a Ole Miss connection too.
Well, Ole Miss is all Eli Manning. That's it. It's Eli Manning, and then now we got Jackson Dart. That's what that is.
One more person though. I thought it was one more person.
Ole Miss. I mean, that played Evan Ingram. We got Evan Ingram from Ole Miss.
I'm talking about like in the office wise. Nobody from there went to Ole Miss.
Not that I chat. Let me know, chat, if I'm missing somebody that went to Ole Miss. But Joe Judge is down there too at Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin. He was one of our old coaches too. We got him up out of there. We had a coaching carousel going on right now, man. Dable got 4 years. Before that, you got Judge, you had Sherman, you had McAdoo. All three of those guys got 2 years apiece. So a lot of people are reluctant to change. I'm sitting here like, listen, until you get it right, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like don't be scared to do that. Because now, man, they talking about, speaking of Packers, I got some Giants fans that want Mike McCarthy.
Why not?
Mike McCarthy had the best quarterback for over a decade and got y'all one Super Bowl, man. Now he can organize. He's a good. Now, don't get me wrong. He's a good coach. He's a good coach. I don't know. I don't know if he get you over the hump now. Since I got.
Hold on. Wait 1 second.
Oh, yeah,
y'all played against him. I mean, you see, he took that Cowboys team to the playoffs each year.
Yeah, and they was either one and done or whatever.
Was it because of Mike?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. But he's still the coach. The buck stops with the coach at the end of the day. And then, like I said, with you guys, he had Aaron Rodgers for so long. You guys have always had a pretty solid roster. Like, for years. You guys have always been able to draft well. Y'all had the whole Favre to freaking Rodgers, and now the Love thing going on. You guys are pretty steady with the coaches, because I believe it was Holgram and then Mike McCarthy.
Yep.
And then now you got LaFleur too. So you guys always had a rich tradition of having some teams, good rosters and stuff like that. So when I'm thinking about, man, you got Aaron Rodgers. How come? And then, like I said, the 2 Super Bowls that we won, we played y'all in both of those Super Bowl runs too. So I'm sitting like, he can get you to the dance. But is he getting you the chip? But you guys got the chip at one time, though, for sure.
Okay, so I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
If Kyle Shanahan became available, would you want him?
You playing chess now.
See, because they're the same person.
You done checkmate me without the move. Listen, didn't you have to move? Absolutely, I would want. I can't call him the same, though. I can't call him. But you're absolutely right. Well, Shanahan been to more Super Bowls, right?
But what you just say.
You're right. I just like
person, bro.
See, man, I don't like. Listen, I'm gonna let you have it. You got it. You got me. Shanahan
Shanahan. This is me and Justin say this all the time. Shanahan deserves to be in the hot seat more than damn near anybody under that Shanahan tree.
Now I would take Shanahan in a heartbeat. I know.
Listen, I know you would. That's why I had to ask.
But at the same time, I'm just thinking Shanahan was working wonders with like Garoppolo. Then he did it with who was after Garoppolo? Well, just Brock Purdy, right? Brock Purdy, and he got Brock Purdy to the Super Bowl. He got Garoppolo. He got Garoppolo to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Got Garoppolo to the Super Bowl. So for me, it's like if you give him an Aaron Rodgers, if you give him somebody, maybe that gets him over the hump in that situation, because the team, like I said, the teams were good. I think Shanahan's better than Mike McCarthy, but you saying they almost the same person. I might have to go back and do some more research on Mike McCarthy. But also, I just remember him more recently with the Dallas Cowboys, and that's what they've been throwing in my face all day. They've been throwing it in my face all day. Pause. He got 12 wins for 3 straight seasons. I said also he got 3 straight one and dones. Yeah. So at the end of the day, what are we talking about? But for me, I think that Hafley, because I want to get back to your defensive coordinator. Hafley is a name that a lot of Giants fans are bringing up. To me, I don't think you guys let Hafley out of the building. No. But also, you can't block him, because with the new rules, if it's a promotion, you can't block him from getting hired or getting a head coaching job. Now, with the issues you got with Matt LaFleur, is there any way that you guys will let go of Matt LaFleur just to keep Hafley in the building? No, and promote him.
The way our organization does things is somebody's going to get. I mean, we got Matt LaFleur from like an outside, so I want to say we keep halfway at the position he's in because that'll open the door for some whole other stuff that I do not want. But we kind of keep stuff in-house. So if Matt was to go, which I think if he doesn't turn around, he's gone. And I say that in the sense of we got a new president, right? You know, we don't have an owner. So we got a new president, right? The new president did not extend Gutekunst, our GM, or Matt LaFleur. He said he wasn't doing that till after the season. So I feel like Gutekunst, we call him Goody. Goody saved his own ass because he pulled off the Michael Parsons trade.
Okay.
Matt LaFleur hasn't done anything to save his ass yet. So Matt is,
I said that changes thing. I didn't. So he's in the last year of his contract right now, LaFleur?
I think he just got a 2-year extension last year, but I think we just cut him after. Like he did not extend it for another. Well, I guess like when a new president comes and they give out extensions and shit, he didn't get one or Goody.
Yeah. Shout out to that dog friend with another comment. He said they need a lineman trade Runyon back to him. John, you want John Runyon back?
Bring him.
Want John?
Hey man, it's all. I say this in football all the time. It's always situational. What he does for y'all, he would not do for us. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Now, it's crazy too because when we signed him, a lot of people were saying we got the worst lineman on the good offensive line. Is what they were saying.
Yeah, I did.
And then now you're saying that well, pretty much you guys are having some struggles now. Is that due to just the change of the offensive line, or y'all got some injuries with the offensive line too? Because I do like the guy y'all picked up, Jordan Morgan. I liked him coming out of Arizona. You don't like? Well, I don't know what he did for y'all. I'm just saying him coming out of Arizona, I liked him, but it looks like he was trash. The versatility.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you a joke. I'm gonna tell you a joke that goes on in the Packer world. We always say, all right, enough of this experiment. We need to build the white wall. Because we had our best offensive line with straight white boys was on there. But now you throw it in Zach Tom and Rasheed Walker and Elton Jenkins, and we ain't had a good line yet, but that's a joke we got in the world. But
somebody need to tell that,
man. Our line, we got this thing where we draft players that can play different positions on the line. So a lot of people that's on our line are out of position. Like, for instance, Elton Jenkins was just our center, but he was a left guard. You know what I'm saying? We got Sean Ryan is now our center, but we drafted him as like a right guard or something like in that sense. So nobody on our team plays their position, so it's hard for me to answer that question. But we're not doing a good job at drafting those type of players, obviously, because we average 2.7 yards per carry, and Jordan Love doesn't have time to throw.
Now, that's funny you called it the white wall. That somebody need to talk to Deion Sanders, because that's my joke with Deion Sanders is he got all those warm weather linemen up there in Colorado, and they ain't getting the job done.
They ain't getting it done.
You need to get some cornbread fed, cold weather linemen up in Colorado. Maybe you can get some things done, man. Was it Nacho? What's going on, Nacho? He said Green Bay didn't look good last week. I hope was it Coach K turns the team around. Giants beat the Packers. Go Giants. Nacho. Shout out to Nacho, man. Shout out to Nacho.
I'm gonna tell you something that's funny. Last time I remember us playing Jameis put up 50 on us.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody told me that today because I was thinking, man.
The Saints.
The Saints, man. Now I'm curious. Jameis is a character, man. Like I said, he was at the podium today. He was singing and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, some of the stuff is funny, man. It's funny, and it's funny when he's not starting. I need you to be a little bit more serious going into this game. But now I got to keep it. I got to keep Jameis the way he is, man, because he's having fun and he's a good leader too. I've never seen like a third string quarterback have this type of impact on the team. And one thing that the Giants was lacking, especially with us being a young team, was leadership. So with Russell Wilson coming along, with Jameis Winston also being signed, now we can have all these jokes about Russell Wilson and how he looks now, but he brought in a lot of leadership, over the summer and got these guys ready.
I respect them. I respect Jameis and I respect Russell because, like you said, like to be in that type of position, a lot of people like that's their downfall or they'll get too in their head. Man, bro, they keep their head high. They know that this is just temporary and they keep it pushing.
Nice.
I respect both of those guys. I respect all three of y'all quarterbacks. Honestly, y'all God-driven, if you ask me, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I kind of respect y'all quarterback room. I do have a question about your quarterback room, though.
Go ahead, shoot.
Last Sunday, y'all just played the Bears, right? And I just said this on the podcast. My video dropped tonight.
Okay.
Why didn't y'all put Jameis in and put Russell in? I didn't really
Well,
understand that.
so he's listed as the emergency quarterback. We don't put him on an active. Well, he's on an active 53, but you can only dress. What 48? You can only dress 48 out of the 53. Yeah. So he got the title of the emergency quarterback. So the only time he can play is if Russell got knocked out too. Now, if he was a QB2, it'd be different. Now, that's a debate that's been going on for a couple of weeks now, because once we moved Russell Wilson to QB2, a lot of people felt like he should have been bumped all the way back down to QB3, because every time, like in Jackson Dart, they've been in the blue 10 a few times. This time he's actually in concussion protocol. Every time Russell Wilson has stepped on this field since he got benched, it's been boos. Like he can't even get one playoff without getting booed, and it's just bad. So when they made the move to Kafka, and then you got Jackson Dart in protocol yesterday, I'm sitting here like it makes no sense for them not to start Jameis Winston. And then obviously we got the official announcement today that Jameis Winston was going to be starting. My thing is this: once Jackson Dart comes back, are they going to keep Jameis Winston at QB2 and keep Russ at QB3? That's going to be one of the things I'm going to be looking for. Shout out to my man.
I feel like y'all gave Russell enough chances. Russell got enough chances, bro.
We gave him the Dallas game. He threw up 460 yards on people. He had all them touchdowns and all that. And then again, he wasn't. I think the whole thing is that Russell Wilson was kind of forced on Brian Dable, because if you would have asked Brian Dable, he probably would have started Jackson Dart at the beginning of the season. And also just how they got signed too, because we put an offer out to Russell Wilson. He took a little bit long to get back. We sent an offer out to Jameis Winston after Russell, and Jameis Winston signed before, or agreed before Russell Wilson signed, and then Russell Wilson came back after that, because I thought it was just going to be Jameis Winston, Tommy DeVito, and pray that we can land Shedeur Sanders in the draft. Ended up being Jackson Dart. I'm happy about that. But so I thought, it didn't make sense to keep Russell on the roster. So now we're at right now, and it's like, okay, Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson's QB2, and then once Dart comes back, that's where the questions lie. Shout out to my man TP Way. He says, what does Savion Williams look like over there? I think he was a fan of Savion too, but you can answer that. I'll let you answer that, man.
He a gadget.
I know you had him on kick return and stuff like that too.
Yeah, he a gadget. I'll remind you, Matt LaFleur and Rich Bisaccia, they put anybody they want at kick return. They put Dobbs back there sometimes. But anyways, Savion Williams though, man, he out Debo. Like anytime, it's a fun fact that nobody outside the Packer world knows. Anytime you see Savion trot his ass on that field, he's going to be involved in the play in either a screen pass or a jet sweep or a running back. It don't even matter, bro.
So it's a dead giveaway. It's a dead giveaway when you see him out there. He got something to do with it. Yeah. He says something tells me this game is going to be a shootout, 34-31, something crazy. Not with that defense. Not with that defense.
It ain't gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be this. Like he said, it's our get right game. Y'all the perfect team to do it on before we play the Vikings next week. Y'all the perfect team to do it on.
You know what's crazy about the Vikings, man? The Vikings are like a roller coaster right now. Some weeks they were looking horrible. Like they were really looking horrible. And then even when JJ came back, JJ was struggling. And then he got that comeback. Next thing you know, they show him in the locker room. He got the I don't know what kind of face he was making, the trance and all. Yeah. He didn't snap out of it. But I think a lot of people feel like with Jameis, Jameis gonna chuck the ball. Now, Jameis can have 5 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in the same game. That's how he plays.
And smile the whole way.
Yeah. And move won't change at all. Get to the presser like, I don't know what those interceptions are. That's not me. That's not in me. Whatever he was saying at the podium, that's just not me. Interception, whatever. But but I just think my biggest thing is this, man. It's the weapons on the outside. Now, if we still had like Malik, Neighbors, and all, if we had Neighbors, maybe it can be a shootout. But we're not giving guys like Jalen Hyatt a chance. Trying to get rid of him, we can't even give him away for nothing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Kafka, maybe having Kafka now being in charge, maybe they get a chance to get Hyatt on the field. To me, it's like, what's the risk? Like right now, we got Darius Slayton, we got Wan'Dale Robinson, and then after that, it's a bunch of who's. I mean, the tight ends are giving us some good play, and that's why I think
Theo Johnson, nice.
It's a love-hate relationship with Theo Johnson because he drops a lot of balls, man. He
Oh
got a
yeah, he
case of the
do.
drops.
He do.
Yeah, pause. But now he got at least he's good for a drop last week though against the Bears. I don't know if it was because he's from Canada. I don't know the closer he get to Canada, the better he plays or something like that. But
A lot of
he
players
showed,
like that, bro. You'll be surprised. Like if they used to the cold, they literally play
yeah
better in the cold, bro.
yeah because it was snowing. It was
It was
snowing. Yeah,
cold as hell, yeah.
yeah. And he out there warming up with no sleeves on. I'm sitting here like, and I seen that before too. Like we played y'all in Green Bay in the playoffs. Wide
Y'all went,
receivers went
yep,
running.
yep,
They went out there with no shirt on. Like, who you? Like, what you doing?
yep,
And y'all lost that game. That was a boat
yep,
trip game, and y'all lost that game.
yep.
It's like, don't like you ain't got to be. You ain't faking out nobody. It's cold. Even Green Bay players will tell you it's cold outside.
Cold as hell in Green Bay, bro. And speaking of y'all wide receivers, bro,
Yeah,
I love y'all wide receivers, bro. Like no bullshit. Like Wan'Dale Robinson and Slayton. Oh, I wanted to trade for them before we got players like Reed and Golden. I wanted to trade for one of them. I like those speedy receivers. We always need one because we got the big body with Christian Watson. He big and fast. But
I thought
those
you
little
was-
shifty receivers, come on, man.
Listen, man, we need more outside receivers. It was one point where we had more slot receivers than outside receivers, man.
For sure.
And if we're gonna be honest, if you play Malik Neighbors like he played in college, you would play him in the slot too a little bit. But we ain't had the outside threats. Now Darius Slayton let me down this year. Because I was talking buku about Darius Slayton, going into the season. I'm like, all he needs is the targets. He can be 1,000-yard receiver. He gets 70 catches. Next thing you know, he dropping passes, he dropping touchdowns, he fumbling. I'm just like, exactly when you need him. Neighbors is
What
out.
about
You need
Robinson?
somebody to step up. Now Robinson, surprisingly, because at first we thought he was a one-trick pony as far as being a gadget guy. He showed us this year that he can actually get downfield if you got somebody to target him. Because despite what Daniel Jones is looking like in Indiana right now, he wasn't throwing the deep ball like that.
No.
He wasn't targeting downfield. He wasn't throwing the 50-50 ball. You see him now, it look like an entirely different Daniel Jones out there.
I swear.
But this year, even in the Dallas game with Russell Wilson, Wan'Dale Robinson proved that he can get downfield. Now, he's still limited because he's 5'8". Like for example, it was an early, I don't know if it was the first quarter, second quarter last week, where it was a third down, and he did just a little out route. Jackson Dart couldn't even see him. He was right in front of him. But he had some players in his face. 5'8", you couldn't even see him, but it was an easy first down. He ended up chucking him. He ended up turning the ball over, having to punt it. But that's my one thing with Wan'Dale Robinson, because when we got Wan'Dale Robinson in the second round, and you know who was the receiver that got picked right after him? Not right after him, but a couple George Pickens.
Oh no.
So we could have had George Pickens on this squad. But again, Wan'Dale Robinson, but I don't know if he's to the point where you would want to trade for him. Now I do like Jaden Reed.
You don't understand. He's a
That's how
catch.
bad it was.
He's a yak receiver. That's what we need.
He just became a yak receiver because again, Daniel Jones couldn't. The ball placement matters, and when you can't
Daniel
get the ball,
Jones he's a Kevin O'Connell experiment, bro. It's just proven. Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, the top two teams in the league right now.
That's
Kevin O'Connell projects.
Nah, that's a fact. The Big Moose says MetLife Stadium is going to be filled with Packer jerseys. It'll be horrible. We saw it with the San Francisco game. It was more red than the we had to go silent count at home because of the crowd noise. It's crazy. But San Francisco fans travel, and you're Packer fans. You guys travel like crazy too.
Hell yeah. At the Steelers game, it was a silent count. At the Dallas game, it was a silent count. And the Cardinals game was a silent count.
I don't know what it is, man. As small as that city is, just so much history. That's what it is, huh? So much history. You grow the fans since they little. Was it? He laughs. That's how far behind I am in the chat. You see it? I said that joke about 15 minutes ago, man. I kid you not. So I am going to go all the way to the bottom of the chat. I do apologize if I missed your comment. Go ahead and put it back in the chat. Shout out to my man H-Town. He says the Packers have injured player issues. Offensively, Giants might make a run for a couple of games, new leadership, but nothing to be impactful. Hopefully Catholic gets some wins, but top draft pick is in the works. Yeah, man. Right now, I think they got us at like 3 on PFF in the mock draft. I don't see us leaving out of the top 10. In all honesty, I'll just talk a little bit of Giants right now. I'm hoping that we can get 2-3 more wins out of this season, and that's crazy. But the way it also depends on what we look like under Kafka too. If he can get the defensive coordinator, if he can slap him right, and then we should be good with that. What's this? Luann says Jordan Humphrey signed with the Denver. Yeah, I saw that. That's another thing, man. You talked about not having owners, and I forget the structure. It's like the fans or the owners, some type of structure like that. Yeah. Explain that to me. How does that even work?
Just like every few years they open up the stocks, I guess, and everybody pitches in and I don't know where the money goes. I really don't, but I just know we don't have an owner, and we don't plan on ever having an owner, if I'm not mistaken. And like we have player meetings, well, not player meetings, but fan meetings, like before the season start. They tell us the plans they have to do with the stadium and what they're gonna add and what they're doing with the money and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. But
that's dope.
Yeah, I know I'm a part owner though. I really don't know what it does.
just pay your money whenever you need to pay your money. That's what's up. So you a season ticket holder too?
Hell no.
That's a lot of traveling.
Hell yeah. I mean, not even that, bro. I think we are 47 years behind for that.
That's the waiting list?
Yeah, the waiting list. Yeah.
Well, man, a lot of these waiting lists are long. I think the Giants are like 20-something years behind. Somebody can correct me in the chat too. But listen, there's always tickets for sale. That's all I say.
Hell yeah.
There's always tickets for sale. Shout out to my man Rev, says great show, Big Dash. Now that's a fact. Appreciate the love and support.
Appreciate it.
What's it? My man Tony, what's going on? Tony said, Dash, what it do, man? And also my man Phil says, the way quiet. What? The way to quiet the crowd is to get up on. That's a fact. That's the only way you can do it. Is if you can get the crowd out of the game, but we talking about our own home crowd. Our own home crowd. That's what we talking about. Shout out to my man Tudo with the $4.99 super chat. He says salute. Now, just so you know, because you knew the Tudo. Tudo is a rugby player from Italy. Giants fans from Jersey originally. He's a good dude, man. Been a day one supporter, and he's actually. If you watch any Giants content creator, that man is in everybody's content videos supporting. But he gets salute and respect, and he's like I said, he's Italian, so he says salute and respects to Big Dash and all diehard Giants fans across the pond. Greetings from the entire Italian national rugby team currently in Sydney, Australia. Cheers, mate. Good luck to you this week, man. Good luck to you this week with your game.
That shit out. You knocked that out.
Oh, trust me, it takes some practice. It takes some practice. Nah, shout out to Tudo, man. I've seen a lot of people get the fumbling. I've done fumbled a couple of times too, but nah. Shout out to my man Tudo.
Shout out Tudo, man.
Nah, that's a fact. Tyrone says mock draft time. We cook, slow roasted. Listen, I've been doing mocks like crazy, and that's the sad
Would you be mad if y'all tanked?
I wouldn't be mad. I don't want to tank because we already got the quarterback. Usually, you tank for the quarterback. Like if we end up with like a top 3 pick, I'm trading back for draft capital. That's where I'm at right now because you got guys that's drinking the Kool-Aid on Fernando Mendoza at quarterback. They got Dante Moore from Oregon is another one. Who's the other one? There's another one. I can't remember the other quarterback name, but it's 3 of them, and it's like if I can get draft capital for them, I'm trading out. It would suck passing on Caleb Downs. I know that'll suck because he's a top safety. He's
eligible to get drafted next year.
He coming out next year. So Peter Woods is another top guy. I want a wide receiver though, man. I like Jordan Tyson from ASU. Nice. I like Cornell Tate from Ohio State.
Fun fact, I know Cornell Tate daddy. My job, his dad works for like the liquor, like Bud Light or Miller Light or something like that. And he come to my job and stuff. So
I know he be trash talking. Be trash talking. That sounds just like a
father. He cool.
I mean, in a cool way. But if my son was at Ohio State killing it, I'll be trash talking too every time I went somewhere. Mm-hmm. We'll have an Ohio State gear on and everything. Yeah. My man Coach D said Giants need a linebacker. We need a linebacker. We need another defensive tackle. We need a cornerback, 2 cornerbacks.
Hey, man. Hey, look, man. Y'all don't need no DT, bro. Stop that, man.
I said another one.
You don't need another one, bro.
We can't stop the run, brother.
That's so sexy, Dexy, bro.
Listen, I mean, we picked up Darius Alexander, who I like. He's coming along. But, I blame a lot of this on the defensive coordinator. Like, you'll see it. Our defensive alignment, they put Dexter at 3 technique. Like, come on, what are you doing? Sometimes he hit a 4 inside on the tackle. Like, why is he all the way out there? Mm-hmm. That's the part kills me. And then they play. Oh man, I almost broke my television last week. They had Brian Burns in coverage. You talking about the he out here covering tight ends, and he was getting cooked. He was getting cooked by the tight end. He out here taking running backs into the flat. And I'm sitting here like, this is the sack leader. What are you doing? And then we'll run the 4-man. When we go to the even front, we'll have 3 defensive tackles and Kayvon Thibodeau as like this defensive coordinator. And it's funny too, because Kafka said he went to the defensive coordinator today, said we gotta clean some things up. And a lot of that got to do with
I seen that.
A lot, like it's bad, man. Our defensive coordinator is bad. You'll see. You'll see, man. And the one thing I told Justin last week, I said that the only issue I have with the Chicago Bears is like I don't think we're going to have an issue getting to Caleb Williams. It's about his ability to create, once a play breaks down and escapability. Because if he can get out of his pocket, the secondary is barbecue chicken. Like it's food back there. I think with you guys, Jordan Love, obviously he doesn't have as much wiggle as Caleb Williams, but he can still get out of the pocket a little bit. He don't like to run. Like Jordan Love don't like to, but he can. Good enough to do what he needs to do. But I think some quarterbacks just like to sit there and say, you know what? Let me cook from the pocket.
You know what it is though, bro? Like a big factor that people don't think of when it comes to these quarterbacks is size and height, bro. Like a lot of people just like standing up tall in the pocket and being a real quarterback. That's what Jordan Love prefers to do. Like Caleb Williams, like 5'11", 5'10", so he got to kind of get out there. He can't even see over his lineman for real. So, and y'all would have beat them, bro. If Dart did not get knocked out the game, y'all was winning that game, bro.
Now, just think about where he fumbled at. He fumbled. We were going in for another score, and we would have had that when he fumbled. And it cracks me up too. It cracks me up too because people said, I don't know when Jackson Dart got hurt. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all ain't see that man sleep? He was knocked unconscious. Nobody realized he was asleep. Like, when have you ever seen
it? When I watch it live, I'm like, bro, they go check on him because he ain't even tried to like.
He ain't tried to get the ball or nothing. He was asleep. That's what I keep telling people. And even today, after all the replays, after everybody done seen him lay there and didn't move, well, maybe he got concussed, when his helmet almost came off, 5 plays before that. I'm like, no. He was concussed when he was asleep. Because there ain't no getting around. He got knocked out cold. And then he was able to play it off. And then he did go back in the game. He had a completion and everything. So I thought, and I said it to myself, I'm like, wow, he got away with it. And then it's like, oh, commercial break. You come back, you see Russell Wilson, like, oh, well, nah. Somebody from New York had to call in and say, hey, he don't look right, because I was like, he was out cold. I saw it. I don't know how nobody else saw it. Shout out to Luann. Luann says defense needs to speak up to the DC. They tried that, Luann. They called a meeting with him. They said they want to play more aggressive. Maybe, Brian Dable getting fired. Maybe he'll listen now, because if your players say they want to be more aggressive, you got to be more aggressive. That's how they want to play. Listen to your playmakers, man, because that's where all the skill is on the defensive side. Outside of Jackson Dart on offense, all our players is on defense. Big Moose says he was out cold for 5 seconds. You know what's crazy? It might have been like 3.5 seconds, because he did get up pretty quickly, because he rolled over, but he wasn't there. I don't know how he got
was gone, bro. He was reaching for the ball. I'm like, oh no, he out.
You know what I don't like about that though? Because before he got knocked out, he got the ball back and got a knee down. So that's down by contact for me. But it is what it is. Because that ball didn't come out till his head hit the ground, and then it was over after that. Phil says Giants should absolutely be 6-4. Now the Denver game, if they don't come back, that's one. Dallas game is another one. Should have beat the Saints. The Saints. 5 straight turnovers is crazy, but I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I would beat the Bears, bro. I watched the Giants. I was a Jackson Dart guy. I watched him at Ole Miss. Like, I like Jackson Dart.
So we're gonna get to this part of the video, part of the show where we do some predictions. I kind of got an idea where you're going. They already called it a get right game and stuff like that. But how do you see the game going as far as your offense, your defense? And then let me get a prediction before we let you out of here, man.
Offense, y'all run defense is terrible, but our offensive line ain't no better. So I think Josh Jacobs puts up like 70, but I think he gets a touchdown. Jordan Love aspect, is y'all secondary like that or what? Well, if that's the case,
hey, look.
I tell
I'll
you
say this.
that, bro.
I say you this. I'll say this, right? Um, like our slot cornerback Drew Phillips is nice when it comes to anything 10 yards and above. Anything 10 yards or behind, barbecue chicken. Cornerbacks is barbecue chicken. Cordell Flott should be playing this week. He's actually nice. Cordell Flott
No,
is
he
nice.
nice. He nice.
He a little bit light. Post on the Debo, they had him doing individual drills today. Positional drills today. It's a long shot that he might be good to go against you guys. But we'll see what happens with that. But outside of that, Tay Banks is food. Don't matter who you put on him. He did. Our safeties, Javon Holland, Tyler Nubin. Tyler Nubin is pissing me off now because I like Tyler Nubin too, coming out of college out of
I
Minnesota.
love Tyler Nubin. He was,
Top
he was
safety,
State,
I think. Minnesota. He went to Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, so he I think a lot of it for him is he's playing out of position. He's playing out of position. But yeah, no, our secondaries right now, if I'm being honest with you, our secondary is terrible. So if you got time to throw, you're gonna find somebody. Love gonna find somebody if you got time.
He might not have time to throw this line. I ain't gonna lie. The defense, I think we absolutely feast. I think the defensive line feast on y'all. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
because it's Jameis, man. Like
he ain't moving. He ain't moving around too much. Yeah, you lose that big playability when you have Jackson Dart being able to use his legs. I would have loved to see Halfley too. See how what his game plan would have been, how to contain Jackson Dart, because I think the only defensive coordinator that was really able to really slow down Jackson Dart was Vic Fangio, and that was the second time that he played him. That he had a pretty good damn plan for him. And Vic Fangio is one of the best out there to do it as far as defensive coordinators. But I see my man Rev said 21-17 Giants. Let me get a prediction from you.
From me? Oh.
Yeah, let me get a prediction.
31-10.
Oh man.
What you got? What you got?
Oh man. I think two things can happen. I don't like our chances. I never root for a loss. I don't like our chances. I will say this, and the only way that we can beat you guys is if we can stop the run and then just have one of those games where we get Jordan Love on the ground. If we can get you guys playing from behind where you guys have to throw the ball, and Brian Burns and Abdul Carter and Dexter Lawrence decide to all play at the same time, then I like our chances. Other than that, I think you guys got a really good chance, especially with Jameis Winston. I don't know if we're going to be able to put up the points that Jackson Dart can put up. So I think it'll be a lower scoring game. I like and this will be the first time I predict the Giants loss, which is crazy. But I think 17-14. 17-14. Also, we got kicker issues now too, man. We got kicker issues too.
Our kicker been injured for 4 weeks, and Matt LaFleur still puts him on the field. He missed the kick the last 4 games.
Who is y'all kicker now?
Brandon McManus from the Broncos.
Oh, wow. Yeah. We had him for a little bit. We had him, I think, rookie year or something like that. Yeah, we had him too. Bookend Tackle says Winston gonna rip it. I mean, I hope so, man. I hope so. It depends on who he gets on the field. You got Ray McLeod, who we activate or elevate from the practice squad. When he first got here, he didn't even know the plays. They had to get him lined up when they broke the huddle. They had to get him lined up. Little Jordan Humphrey's gone. They don't want to play Jalen Hyatt for whatever reason. So right now we're just talking about Darius Slayton, who Darius Slayton had a pretty good game. He had a pretty good game against the Bears. That surprised a lot of people. If he got another one of those games in him, then possibly, and then Wandell. So I don't know, man. It's all about Jameis Winston. If he says his prayers, eats his Wheaties, and takes his vitamins, we might be in there. We might just be in there. But that's me. 17-14. I got the Packers actually winning this time. Yeah. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. But before we let you out of here, let the people know again where they can find you and things like that. What you got planned?
You can find me at CHDB-TV on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter at GB4LCAL for all Packers content, in NFC North content, to be honest with you. And that's where you can find me at.
Now, man, I appreciate you joining for again. You do dope content. If ever you need anything, let me know. Same thing for for me as well. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. You have a good night. And I never say, good luck, for the game. I always say, may both teams stay healthy. in the game, healthy,
Sure.
like that. Because again,
Thank you for having me too, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you. Have a good one, man. Then I got you with the collab after this too.
All right, thanks, bro.
All right, no problem. Have a good one. All right, everybody. We're gonna hang in here for a little bit and answer some of these questions that I missed. And we got a lot of things to talk about. So I'm gonna stay on for about 5 more minutes so we could talk about all these giant changes. So for everybody that's still hanging on, I appreciate that. Make sure you hit the like button, but we're gonna talk a little bit more. So obviously, Mike Kafka at the presser today said a lot of good things. A lot of good things. Now he just has to show it on the field. But how do you guys feel about Mike Kafka still calling the plays? I like that. Shout out to my man, the real Prince Castro says fee 5-4 fum because everybody beating. Oh, fee 5-4 because everybody beating the fum out of us. That's crazy. That's crazy. William Horton says 31-10 Packers. Shout out to Antoine says run up the likes. That's a fact. Run up the likes. Shout out to the 81 people in the building. Hit the like button if you haven't done it already. It lets the algorithm know that we're in the building. Also helps the channel grow too as well. And I appreciate the love and support. We are almost at 10K subscribers. I think we just over 300 left. I haven't checked today, so just over 300 left. So I appreciate the love and support from everybody. Shout out to that dog friend with the 7-month membership. Says Kafka sounded great. Hope the best for him. Now I hope the best for him too, man. This is a big chance for Kafka, man. When we really think about it, it's a big chance for Kafka to have an interview, and depending on how he looks, he might have a real chance at possibly being the New York Giants' next head coach. I don't know. That's not the first guy on my list. But if you can win some games, if you can turn some things around, not necessarily make a run and go to the playoffs, I'm not going to put that type of pressure on him. But if the team responds to him, because right now we saw how the locker room pretty much got lost when it came to Brian Dable. If Kafka can reunite this locker room and get these guys to play for him, it gives these guys something to think about. Now, I also believe you should tear it all the way down. If you're going to fire Brian Dable, you might as well fire Joe Schoen too, but we'll see what happens. Joe Schoen will get evaluated at the end of the season, and we'll see where it goes from that. Shout out to George Boney 9355 says, Big Dash, y'all going to get the upset this weekend? I hope so, man. I don't like our chances, man. I think what happened was they beat a lot of the hope out of me. Now, if we still had Jackson Dart, then I'd probably be a little bit more confident in our chances against the Packers. But let's be honest, we got Jameis Winston out there, and that defense, that Packer defense is tough, man, especially up front. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a good challenge for sure. Real Prince says, damn, how long y'all been in the building? We've been in the building for an hour, man. And, this is the the weekday show, so I only do about an hour anyway. Shout out to the fam. We're gonna watch the Squid Games on Netflix. We into that show for sure. Let's see what Luann says. I'm not sure Slayton is playing. I heard he has a hamstring acting up. Now that's a fact. He was on the injury report today. So I don't know if he's going to play it or not. Even more of an issue. And who knows? Maybe if they're forced to play Jalen Hyatt, he'll be productive. That's the one thing we'll see about Jalen Hyatt. The only time he's ever productive is when we're forced to play him. So we might be forced to play him too. He says, stop playing with famous Jameis here about the hoop. I hope so, Ronnie. Listen, Jameis Winston is a God-fearing man. He has those games where he looks amazing, and then he has those games where he looks awful. So, I mean, it depends on what happens. This might be one of those games for him. I hope so. Again, I don't never hope for losses. I'm just talking about our chances. D-Dan, what's going on, D-Dan? How you doing? Bookend says Banks couldn't find the ball if it hit him in the helmet. Now that's a fact. The Big Moose says most teams, when they switch coaches, win the first game with the new coach. I think Giants 24, Green Bay 21. Now I like that. Again, it's possible. I'm not going to say it's not possible at all. I think the New York Giants can pull off a game almost any given Sunday. I'm just saying, for me right now, looking at what the Packers are trying to do, and then also coming off of 2 straight losses at home, they're going to be out for blood. Now we had a coaching change. We might have a new energy going into this game too. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's a good game. Hopefully the certain players can come back for this game again. If Slayton can come back, if Pulse and Adebo can come back, maybe the chances go rise a little bit. But I don't know. Luann says Hyde and Jameis hooked up in the preseason. Yes, they did. Yes, he did. That's a fact. Off of one play too. He came right in there through the touchdown to Hyde and got up out of there. Puma J, what's going on? Puma J says if we beat them, LaFleur will get fired at the end of the season. He might not make it to the end of the season if they lose to us, man. That'd be 3 straight losses, and the way they've been losing, you figure that Eagles game, when your defense, when your defense holds the Eagles to 12 points and you still can't win that game, yeah, that's bad. Excuse me, that is bad. Ronnie says, "Amen." Now that's a fact. Amen. All right, so I think the comments have slowed down. Again, if I missed any of your comments, go ahead and put it in the comment section. I'm gonna go through some more of these in the chat to see if I bring up any comments. Nova Nebula says, "Do we see more touchdowns and interceptions from crab legs?" That's hilarious. First of all, that's hilarious. Now, I think you will see more. I think Jameis Winston. I think Jameis Winston can get. I think he can score 2 touchdowns. I'll give him 2 touchdowns. Just with the way he's able to throw the ball and take chances. Now, if the guys can make the plays down the field, then we should be all right. Now, just remember though, you got a hawk back there with the Packers named Xavier McKinney, ball hawk that's back there. So you got to be careful. Got to be careful. It's all about the game plan too, man. Because if we can run the ball successfully too with Tyrone and Devin Singletary, then we might have something too. I'm curious because now we got Kafka, making the shots or calling the shots. Are we going to see Turbo Miller finally this year? I'm sorry, finally this season, possibly. Can he have a couple of plays that we can utilize his speed, possibly? I don't know. All right. And I think that's it. We're going to close this thing out. So I do appreciate, shout out to the 65 people still in the live. Again, hit that like button. Please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. The New York Giants versus the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. Make sure you guys tune in for Late Night Giants Talk Saturday night where we can do the final preview before the game and hang out and, enjoy ourselves before the game. Because it's either going to be a victory Sunday or a terrible Monday. Donkey Doofus says Turbo Miller. I hope so. Phil says, Dash, we can beat anyone for 3 7/8 quarters. Maybe Cap can make up for the 1/8. I hope so, man. I hope so. Ian, what's going on, Ian? It says I'm late, but what's good, brother, man? It's another night. Everybody's doing good. We're enjoying ourselves. Was it Hype? Oh, Hyphon Wade says, appreciate you always, Big Dash knows. Now I appreciate you, Hyphen. But yeah, that's it, man. So hopefully everybody has a good rest of their week. Be safe. That's the main thing. Be safe and see you guys Saturday night. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation.